There he is.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
How are you doing, man?
Good, good, good. Well, I appreciate the time, dude.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
Wanted to holler at you guys before you come to town and coming into our market. And so I wanted to plug the show and get caught up and look in the future and look in the rearview mirror a little bit with you.
Hell yeah. Hey, no problems with that. Sounds good to me.
Killer, man. Well, let's get into the tour first. I mean, that's what's coming up. Searching for Solace. Going to be in our hood, downtown Riverside Municipal Auditorium in California on Friday, November 22nd. Going out with the Ghost Inside. Imagine you old friends with those guys.
Oh yeah, Andrew. I've known Andrew for probably what year is it right now? This is gonna date probably both of us. I've probably known that dude for close to 20 years. Like it's kind of funny too, because I play in his old band For the Fallen Dreams as well. So it's like weird full circle, like you know, just again, what they did and, meant to music, especially back then, like with the first couple records, it's wild to see, hey, where he's at now. Thankfully, they've rebounded,
Yeah.
from, the last, like that accident that they had. Seems like they're doing better than ever. Like, obviously, trying to make the most of it. Obviously, I think if maybe you ask them, that part doesn't happen, but, you kind of just take what life gives you and they've put out amazing music so far, and honestly it was just cool to be able to get the call for something like this to end the year. It's been a fantastic year for us as well, post the release of our last record. So it's like, to we're getting ready to leave for Australia literally in like a day and a half, and then come back, and 3 days later we start that one to end it, to end everything out. So again, we're stoked, we're honored, man.
That's really cool. I didn't know you had that big of a history with the guys and go back like 20 years or something, probably.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nothing better than doing it with your friends, then, man. That's really cool.
No, yeah, that's the best. I mean, that's the best part about it. And like the rest of the tour as well. It's like I've toured with Gideon before, we've toured with Orthodox, like so it's like all friendly, familiar faces. Everyone offers something super awesome to the package. So it's like you're gonna get that little bit of everything, and top to bottom, it's like there'll be nights when we're hanging out and it's like, oh cool, we can actually be able, like, watch the sets, sing along, maybe mosh a little bit, just enjoy one another, and like I said, end the year on the best possible note.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I actually saw, speaking of Gideon, I just saw them at the same venue you're getting ready to play at on the Summer Slaughter tour. And it's amazing how they can kind of play with whoever. And they're like Pantera meets death metal, man. I love what they're doing.
Oh yeah, dude. No, they're on a whole again. It seems like everybody's kind of leveling themselves up. They've discovered a nice niche with them too, where it's like, they've always been kind of like, that working man, like just heavy hardcore. But now people are like in the mainstream are starting to really mess with it. They're crossing over into kind of like the country and like deeper, like kind of like you said, the Pantera, Machine Head, like Lamb of God, like those type of fans are starting to fuck with them real heavy. So it's like now that's cool to see that they can take on a whole different demographic and start to flourish in ways that maybe they, maybe didn't anticipate, or, like anybody else that's been grinding for so long. It's like you finally hit that little spurt again and you're like, awesome, hell yeah, let's keep this going.
Yeah, man. And I'm stoked for that and to see all you guys. And here's a real question though, man. Coming through SoCal, uh, what's the must have? You gotta stop and get some Mexican food along the way, right?
Oh man, that's the easy part. That's like, you know, you could throw a rock and find like a nice taco truck, or place where you can stop and get, for me, I'm a big like breakfast person too, so finding like a place that does chilaquiles very
Oh
good.
yeah.
I get the red and the green, so mix them both together, it's a fantastic time. So
Yeah, there's a place real close by called Retro Taco that's really cool, right? Like basically across the street from the venue. And I was going to ask, man, are you a burrito or a taco guy?
it really just depends. It depends on, how I'm feeling. I probably go tacos usually during the daytime.
Okay.
If I haven't eaten, because I usually fast during the day, and sometimes like I just want the extra calories, and it's like, there's nothing, especially out there. It's like if I'm feeling especially, frisky, I'll go get myself a nice California burrito, stuff that thing full of
Yeah, French
guac
fries.
and French fries and meat and pico and all the good stuff. So it's like we make it happen. Trust me, I don't discriminate when it comes to food. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
That
Like,
was That was my last part, man. What's your favorite meat? Is pollo? What is it? Carne? What is it?
Man, it really depends. Like if I'm going usually for burrito, I'll go carne asada. Tacos are a little different because taco is like if I can find a nice lengua, like that's
Oh,
perfect. Yep, a nice barbacoa, like those are always fantastic. Um, Again, chicken's always like it's a nice solid choice, but it depends on where I'm at. Like if I know that I can get something that I might not be able to get somewhere else,
right.
then generally I'm gonna roll with that. And honestly, we're starting to get into like the winter months, and it's like there's a place around the corner from here. It's probably blasphemy to say this, but they have some of the best pozole you'll ever find where it's like,
Really
oh dude, it's spicy, but it's not overbearing, like perfect amount of hominy, the cilantro, everything else. Like it's amazing, man.
interesting. Interesting. I was going to ask too, with it being football season, I imagine Lions fan.
Dude, I'm
Speaking
so
of
happy.
hometown,
I'm so happy the Lions are good right now. It is wonderful. Once we and like I said, trade deadline's coming up. We're gonna shore up the defense a little bit because our boy Hutchie got hurt, so that
yeah.
kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like the offense, dude, it looks great. Like it's weird watching Jared Goff and like rooting for him, especially when we all watched a Super Bowl where you scored 3 points, like with
I'm not,
that Rams like O line with that defense, and it's like you couldn't throw a 10-yard slant route. Like,
I am that Rams fan, by the way, so it's hilarious to be having this conversation, man.
oh well, then I'll just say, as a Matthew Stafford apologist and person that watched it, for decade plus. I'm glad that you guys were the beneficiaries of your first year, him winning a Super Bowl. So, hey, it is what it is.
It played out. We got that win, but I think you're getting a dynasty, man. I think you're going to have this team's going to be rolling for a while. I think.
Hey, I hope so, man. It's like I feel like at this point now, and this might sound kind of weird. It's like I do like watching Kansas City because it's kind of like,
Uh,
you know, it's just it's weird. It's like that sports hate. It's like if you like I watch basketball too. So it's like it was like watching Golden State in their prime where it's like you kind of watch it for them to lose,
right, right.
but you're also curious of like what team is going to step up and actually like give them a real run for the money because it's like San Francisco, I mean, they had two Super Bowls where they were up in the fourth quarters of both of them by
Couldn't
double
do it.
digits. And, hey, classic Kyle Shanahan type where,
Can't
gets
get it done.
snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Baltimore, I love Lamar. I love Lamar Jackson and all them, but for whatever reason, it's like first off, their defense sucks this year.
Yeah.
And then number two, it's like in a high leverage situation, am I trusting him or am I trusting Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and those boys? So it's like, if we can get an NFC where, with the Detroit Lions are the representative, you get KC in there, it's like, hey,
Woo.
if a three-peat happens, you're going to see history in the making because I don't think any NFL teams ever three-peated.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Or you're going to get, the Lions making a deep playoff run, being in the Super Bowl for the very first time ever. And yeah, so like I said, we're just gonna put that out there. Let's see what happens come January, February. So
Well, I'm a Rams fan at heart, but I got a couple players on my fantasy team. I got Amon Ra and I got Gibbs, so
yeah,
I'm kind of a Lions fan this season too, man.
oh
And
dude, we got our wideouts. We got 4 or 5. We go 4 or 5 deep on that thing. So it's like you got people that can run routes, catch over the top. And like I said, it makes up for the fact that you're still giving up points to people, but it's like, hey, we're gonna score 30, 40, or in the case of like with the Titans, it's like bye bye. Like I think that spread it opened up at like 16 and then ended at like 12 and a half, and it's like he still put up 52 points. So
woo, and I think Gibbs is the best running back in all the league. He feels
it's
like
a
the next
whew,
Barry.
I was gonna yeah, Derrick Henry might still have a little I watched that dude just truck two people for 80 yard runs in the past couple weeks. So I'm like, you know,
Saquon having a good year too, but man, I
oh
don't know. I
dude,
think
yeah,
Gibbs is the future though.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. If we're talking like next, maybe I'd say like 2 to 3, maybe even 2 to 4. We'll see what happens if you stay healthy. So,
Getting back to the music, man. And not a sports podcast, although I could totally do that whole road. But Dude, it was nice to get to say hello to you earlier this year back in April at House of Blues of Anaheim for the Imminence Tour. And
Yes.
those guys said nothing but great things about you guys, and that's why you were there, and they had to do a tour with you. Now you're getting ready to go to their homeland. Curious if you're going to be connecting with those guys while you're out there, and how did that run go for you?
Hopefully, well, I think when we go there next year, I'm not sure if we go to Sweden. I think we do. I'll have to definitely check, but that whole run just in general, like dude, that's probably one of the best tours we've ever done, just hands down. Like again, they're awesome guys. We can't say enough nice things about them, how they treat, the support bands, how they treat their crew. Just again, top to bottom, it was great. Catch your breath. Great dudes. That's who we're going back in April with them. So we had made a nice friendship there. And all I can say, maybe I'm just put it out there into the ether. It's like, we toured together in the States. Be lovely to, go over there, maybe do something with them,
Yeah.
on that turf too. So it's like, again, it was, I can speak for everybody when I say, like I say, it's probably one of the best tours we've ever done, hands down, from the fans to the bands to crew to everybody else. So,
Amazing for a band from Sweden to come to America, first headline tour, and be like, hell yeah, we're going to play our new album in its entirety, which I absolutely love. The Black is a killer album.
oh, dude, it's amazing. And it's kind of funny too, because like I don't think they really even expected what was going to happen to a degree. Because like we talked to them a little bit, we were talking to them a little bit last year when they came over for the initial, like they only did like, about a week and a half or something like that. And Harold, he's like, yeah, man, we put out the ticket links initially, and people kept saying that like, the sites were down or like something. We thought something was broken. And it's like, no, they just sold out those rooms that quickly. And it's like, whoa, when you see some stuff like that, it probably sends like a shiver in your spine where you're like, oh shoot, like this is really like happening. Like
Yeah.
you've officially hit that point of like, okay, we're here, people are expecting us, and again to turn around and 6 months later come back, do the full tour, and to have the responses that they've been, do some of the big festivals here in the States, the sky's the limits for them. And like I said, we couldn't be more proud to just be, you know, a little footnote right now, and then hopefully we'll see what we can do in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, love what they do. I mean, Eddie with that violin and that new jam, "Death by a Thousand Cuts." Ah, love that tune. Love that tune.
Yeah,
Appreciate all the time,
it's
man.
awesome.
And speaking of albums, your third album, Omen, came out last year. A bunch of jams on that one. Cold Blooded, Cut Me Open, Cannibals. Are you guys starting to think about new music, or is it still a little too soon at this point? You still kind of enjoying the Omen album?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. I would say we're definitely kind of coming to the end of this cycle a little bit. Like we have, these tours, we have the one next year, but we're working on new music right now as we speak. Like we just left the studio last week,
Oh, nice.
always writing and coming up with little ideas. So honestly, our goal, hopefully, before maybe even before the next tour, is try to get something out. Maybe not like a full record, but something to tide everybody over. Because we are always itching to try something new, to see how we can push ourselves. And honestly, who doesn't like just going up there and playing new songs, getting a new feeling, mixing in some of the songs that we haven't played from Omen yet into some newer sets, but still fine tuning, the ones that we've been doing right now. So like again, when people, do come see us, either in Australia or on Ghost Inside, it's like, we have 30 minutes, so we're gonna get up there, we're gonna bang out. You're gonna hear some old stuff, a little bit of new stuff, and just kind of keep rocking, riding this wave.
Any sort of direction the new material's taken, or a little too soon for that, or
Uh, I would say it's got all the classic OV flavors, man. It's melodic, it's heavy, experimenting with some stuff, maybe trying
more of
some
your
different,
vocals?
style textures. Hey, I'm a guy, I'm in there. I do a little singing, I do a little guitar playing, and we definitely want to see what we can do to expand on, what I can do, definitely on what Tyler can do. Um, just again, push it into different boundaries and territories because that's, with Omen, it's like I feel like we established ourselves again with something that's like we feel was very unique to ourselves. It's been received very well, but probably like anybody else, any other musician or artist or creative, it's like, okay, cool. Let's look at, maybe what worked and let's see what we can do to amplify that and put that on 10. And the nice thing too is like the way that we do write and record stuff, it's like we never really do it in like big batches. So that way we can always go out on the road and kind of test out certain things and see
Mm.
how people would respond to them. And it's like we're pretty intuitive with like what we like, what we want. And once we find that little spark, that little niche, it's like, okay, cool. Let's really hammer into this and see where we can take it.
Well, I love your voice and Tyler's voice at the same time. There's so many different ways you can mix it up, and I think it's a good dichotomy. The two of you are kind of doing different things, so I think it opens the realm of possibilities to a lot of melody and a lot of different things you can do.
Oh, of course. And that's the best part is like the harmonies, just the interplay for us. I mean, there are bands that do it, but I don't think there are too many bands that purposely try to weave as much as maybe we do. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, but it's like it's twofold, man. It's you're getting different inflections, getting different character. He's got some
Yeah,
amazing things that he can do with his voice. I have stuff that I can do for mine. We cover for what each other can't do. And then live too, it's like we could just kind of mess around and be like, maybe I'm not feeling so well a certain day. And it's like he's like, okay, cool, I can kind of step up and take care of the bulk of this, or the opposite way where it's like if I notice maybe he's getting into it and he's like, oh, he's in the crowd or crowd surfing or being more interactive. It's like, all right, bam, I
I
can
got you.
step up, take care of what he needs to, and not miss a beat. So,
Killer, man. Well, I'm looking forward to the new music and appreciate all the time. Last thing I got for you, dude, and need your help with this. We're an old school radio station. We do a feature called Mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m. And I've been
all
having this
right.
little Metallica debate with my buddy and I, debating their greatest album ever, their greatest thrash metal album ever. And we kind of come down on opposing sides. So I want to get your take in this battle. Ride the
Oh
Lightning
man,
versus Master of Puppets. If you had to choose one of those two, which one would it be for you?
master, easy, hands down,
Yeah.
hands down. Like, and here's the thing, and I say this as I like Metallica a lot. It's weird because they're like I know some people that are like Metallica super fans, and it's like they've done no wrong. There's this and that. To me, like Ride the Lightning has some classic songs that I'm like, yes, these are awesome. These are great. They also, and this is just my opinion, there's some fucking duds on there, and I'm like, I'm good.
Same.
And the original product, because like when I listen to it though, too, it's like I have to listen to like the remastered versions,
Yeah.
like because the original ones they're a little too lo-fi for like my personal production tastes.
Right.
But dude, Puppets is I can listen to the original, I can listen to the remasters, like yeah, it's
Flawless.
front to back. There's no bad song.
Nope.
It's to me, honestly, like, and again, I'd catch heat for it. It's like the two best records to me are the Black Album and Master of Puppets.
Ah,
Like
both of them.
Master, oh, dude, I make no qualms about it. Like I love commercial music. I love mainstream music. I like music that is so good that it can transcend barriers and genre and be timeless. And those two records have the most timeless Metallica songs on them. Like Master is peak Metallica thrash
Yep.
with catchiness, and Black Album is just straight up hits, like
Rock.
just groove. Yeah, like bands to this day are still trying to emulate and kind of copy that to Avenged Sevenfold. I'm calling you out. But it works. It's to me, it doesn't get better than those two. And then you can argue some other stuff in there if you want to get really in the weeds. It's like Justice, I still have an issue with there being like zero low end to that record.
Me too.
Um, like again, Kill 'Em All got some good songs, but it's like I have to listen to like the remastered versions, and I don't think it's like good front to back. Honestly, that's just
Yeah.
my opinion. Um, Load and Reload are definitely cool. Again, A lot of bad songs, but a lot of great songs on those records. Oh yeah, dude, it's like we'll sit there and like they make fun of me sometimes because like King Nothing, like ding, like I'll just start humming it, and Mike goes, "Stop, just stop." You can't help it when that beat, like Four on the Floor kicks in with that. It's just like it's great. It's Black Album songwriting.
But be
You
honest,
know, it's just
have you ever listened to Lulu all the way through? Because I couldn't make it all
no,
the way through.
no. There, I mean, dude, there's record like I've gone through and like skipped it or like again Saint Anger there's some good songs on Saint Anger, but if you actually told me to like sit down no skipping, like I can't do that with that record. I can't do that with um what's the one that came after it, Death Magnetic. Again, got some good songs, but you
That one
know
was a
honestly the what is it what's the record that
hardwired,
has dude, that one bangs, that one's good.
and the
That's
new one.
actually like yeah, no, they get like they kind of, you know, they had to get with the times a little bit, and they basically said, "Look, we're just gonna stop messing around and trying to be weird. Let's just make what is good, and what people like and want to hear." So,
Yeah, and what people expect.
exact, yeah, you're Metallica, man. It's like you're not reinventing the wheel. We know this. It's
Yeah.
You're the Coca-Cola of hard rock and metal. So give the fans what they want. Coke. They expect Coke. Everyone's happy. You get to play stadiums for the rest of your life and be rock stars.
Now comes the tough part, though, man. You got to pick a tune for us to play for you on Mandatory Metallica. What tune can we play for you? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, I did say King Nothing, so you might as well just play that one. You might as well just cue that up. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it because I would never pick that one. So we'll rock that one for you. Killer, man. I'll be in touch. Thank you so much, Damon. Appreciate it. Safe travels to Australia and back.
Hey, appreciate that, brother. We'll see you soon. All right.
Later. Bye bye.